Take care. Take care. We've used that send-off for decades. Usually for someone for whom I love you or may the force be with you isn't quite right. Take care was non-committal, generally applicable. It was parv. Lately, every send-off or sign-off seems to be stay safe, meaning I think that we should be as careful as we can be to lessen our chances of acquiring the virus. We used to say, be well, but stay safe implies that we have to do something. These days, take care to me has more nuance than it used to. Saying take care to someone means do what you need to do to avoid infection, or watch out for those crazies who don't understand what 6 feet is. Or be mindful of neighbors who might need a hand and be safe about it. So how do we take care? Distancing and hand washing, of course. Minimizing exposure to supermarkets, to food vendors, to gas station attendants, but where are we going anyway? Forcing ourselves to exercise as regularly as we can. Giving what we can to food banks, buying gift cards from stores or restaurants we hope will survive the lull. Brainstorming with family and friends about celebrating Pesach together from a distance. Thinking about what's next if this goes on for another month or 2. Imagining the shore without a summer. We can take care. We can take care of our minds, rereading some of the great books that we breezed through or passed in high school or college. Finally, watching those movies about which we nod meaningfully and thoughtfully at dinner parties. Remember those? Ordering a sketchbook and some decent colored pencils to make an illustrated journal of our confinement. That still life you set up by the window, it's amazing how it changes with the colors of the day. Trying some of the services, learning or events here at Shirat Hayam that we're putting online, live on Zoom, or posting on YouTube. Looking around for other online offerings, there are tons. Being daring, trying something new. You can even download conservative sidurim. We can take care of our hearts, calling the grandkids to tell them jokes or to laugh at theirs. Asking them to make a puppet show of a Tommy D. Paola, may he rest in peace, story that we can watch next week. Calling your grandparents and telling them a joke or two. Writing and emailing or snail mailing letters to the editor, to friends, to the apartment next door, to the people you live with. To take care, we need to pay attention to a lot of details. When, what, and how to wash. How to obtain the things we need. How we can get some of what we want. Enough of what we want. How to consolidate errands to minimize physical contact with one another. How to stay up on, what day of the week is it? Details. There are a lot of details in this week's Torah reading. Details about different types of sacrifices, priestly garb, which parts of which animals get burned, grain offerings. There are also rules about how the first Kohanim, the first priests, are consecrated, how a layperson can participate to a limited degree in sacrificial rites, and the punishments for not following the rules. The enigmatic punishments in these chapters of Leviticus, Parshat Tzav in Vayyikra, include that the offender shall, quote, bear his guilt, avonah yisa, or v'nichreta me'amav, be cut off from his kin, otherwise known as karet. An interpretation of the former, bearing guilt, is that the offender will be tormented by his transgression. For karet, the offender will be distanced from the community and or will die prematurely. In our current circumstances, we all, even we who are assiduously following the rules, are at risk, and we are distanced both within and from our communities. Offenders, that is, those who choose to not follow the rules, are more at risk for premature death. Karet, as a consequence of wrongdoing, is a brilliant deterrent, since we can never know whether one's death is premature, regardless of one's age. The Talmudic sage Rabbi Eliezer taught, repent one day before you die. It's brilliant. Death could happen any day. So repent every day. Make your life whole. Ironically, we need to cut ourselves off from community, even as we seek to avoid premature death. The medical professionals among us don't necessarily have that option. And we need to take care of them, of ourselves, of our family and friends, of our various communities, as best we can at the moment. To conclude their ordination, the Kohanim, the priests, spent 7 days in isolation, quarantined in the sacred precincts of the Mishkan. Some commentators note the connection between the 7 days of isolation, the 7 days of creation. After 7 days of separation from community, the Kohanim emerge from the chrysalis of the Mishkan as the functionaries of the worship service, effecting ritual on behalf of the Israelites. They are newly born, they're changed, and one can hope that they feel the import of their life's mission. When we emerge from our quarantine, b'meira b'yameinu amen, soon we hope, I hope that we as individuals, as communities, as a country are changed. I hope that we feel anew the import of our relationships and the responsibilities we have toward each other and to our planet. I hope that we will have begun to learn what it is to truly take care. Take care, stay safe. Shabbat Shalom.